Hey guys, and welcome to this segment. I wasn't really sure what to put it under. It's kind of an origin of inspiration, not in the sense that it's similar to what I've featured in the past, but this is my patchwork quilt. I was watching PBS with my wife one night before we went to sleep. I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, and we were watching a special on PBS on the Gee's Bend Quilters of Alabama. And these are just a very, very poor group of women who would use just scraps of fabric and material and quilt these amazing works of art. They're quilts, but they're works of art. And out of nowhere, I thought, I could do that. So I did that. That's what this is. This is a king size plus. It's I got the hood of my Corvette flipped open right now. It's hanging on the hood. It's king size width because I'm just, we fight for covers, and I just said, well, I can fix that. I'm making my own quilt. Well, I just thought, I can do that. Well, I have no real experience with quilting at all. I did every bit of this by hand. Those are about 4-inch squares. There we go, 4-inch squares. And I didn't want to do anything too fancy, too elaborate, but I knew I could find colored squares, and I know I could stitch them together. So I would put 4 together, and then I would just make a bunch of those. And then I made larger groups of 4, and then I made larger groups of 4, and I just worked on this thing. It took me about 6 years. On and off, mostly off, but sometimes I'd do 2, 3, 4 days in a row, and sometimes I'd just hang it up for a month or two. But I was so impressed with just the resourcefulness of these women in southern Alabama, in these little communities, who would make these quilts for their families with just what they had available. I don't know, I just wanted to do some kind of tribute. I just wanted to do some kind of memorial. I just wanted to do some kind of project based off of that inspiration. It was surprising, actually, to me that I thought to even do this. There's a lot of things I'm impressed with, but this one was such a spark of inspiration. It was like before the show was even over. I said, I'm going to do something like that. So, I mean, I love the light right now. I've got the garage door open, and this is a lot of natural light just coming into the garage. And most of these patterns and things don't have a lot of special meaning, but my mom makes pajamas for her grandkids, and there's scraps in here that are from those pajamas. And our family pet of 7 years, she had a little bed that we cut a scrap out of, and just a lot of little, it's mostly color. I love the blues all over this thing, and I just really enjoyed it. I would sit at the kitchen table drinking my coffee. My wife would knit, or my wife would cook, or my wife wouldn't be up yet, and I'd just be at the table just stitching away. And I wasn't fast. I mean, hand stitch. This thing, I think there's about 50,000 hand stitches in this thing. I wasn't in any hurry. I just enjoyed the process. And I wanted to show it to you because it's pretty cool. You're not likely to kind of come over to my house and see this on the bed. But I wanted to just encourage you to be open. Be open to inspiration. When you see or hear something that you find remarkable, ask yourself what it is about that strikes you. And then ask yourself, is there something that you can do similar or associated with it on your own? This may be the only quilt I ever make in my life. I may do another down the road. I don't know, but I'm so, I'll say proud of it, but I'm so fulfilled having made it. And I don't think I will probably ever go to Gee's Bend. I probably will never meet these women or their descendants. I've only ever seen pictures of these quilts that they've made. But in a way, I've made one too. I've been living in Alabama for, I don't know, like 16 years now. So it's home. I've lived in the South longer than I've lived anywhere else. And it's as home as it's going to be, and I like it here. So I feel like I've done something to contribute to my southernness. So do that. Just be aware for the next couple weeks, months, and just see if there's something that strikes you that you can find as your own origin of inspiration.